Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good evening. How you doing? You all right?
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, lovely to have you here with us. We're here for another live stream, aren't we, Rob?
Second one now. This is or third actually.
Yeah, it is the third technically. The last one was a little bit more low key, wasn't it?
It was.
We were separate, weren't we?
We were.
Now we're back together.
Yeah. Not so much low key, just a different.
Yeah.
Different.
This one somehow feels a bit different, doesn't it?
It does. We're taking
official.
we've taken a sofa as well now to make it.
Well, we thought we'd do a bit of smart cash. That's why I'm wearing the knitwear, because we're in autumn now, aren't we? We're heading into the winter months, and Rob's a bit shy. Everyone.
What?
He knew this was coming. Rob's a bit shy, as you can see. He's chosen a top that blends into the background.
I made this joke before we came on. So.
Yeah, but I've appropriated it and passed it off as my own. So.
But we are here, obviously, to talk very much about our Kickstarter campaign, which has been running now for 34 days, I want to say.
33, I'm going to go for.
33 and a half, I'll meet you in the middle.
I'm going to take you down one, but okay. you continue, you're doing a good bit here.
Okay, great. It's been about 33 and a half days. No, we'll call it 34, or 33, either or.
Okay.
And, but it's been fantastic, and we really, really do appreciate all the support we've had. The donations have been incredibly humbling to us, and certainly overwhelming. We weren't expecting what we've had so far. It's we certainly got off to a racing start, haven't we? So
as of today, we are on 61% funded.
Okay, so we've got 39 to go. So we've still got a little way to go, which is kind of what this is about, really, to sort of give it that last little bit of acceleration, bring in some people that maybe haven't or don't know anything about the show, and also welcoming back some people who've been following it from start to finish. All of whom are incredibly important to us.
They are,
So thank you for all of your support and help. It means a great deal to us.
Well, speaking of people, we should probably say there's a slightly different format tonight. Those of you who were with us at the end of August will remember that we were doing the technical, weren't we? We were running things ourselves.
We were.
While doing some exceptional presenting that put Ant and Deck to shame, really, didn't it?
Yeah, they're out of a job now, I think.
They are out of a job, I think. COVID-19 and all that. But tonight we're actually joined by our director of photography.
We are.
Who's also our technical boffin tonight, isn't he?
He is. He's been putting it all together. He's given us the thumbs up behind there.
Yeah, it's the wonderful Ben Rose.
He's
behind camera.
You can't hear him. We're going to give a clap.
It's like when you watch all those game shows on ITV and BBC now that are having a film without an audience. Yeah. And it's just the crew that are clapping.
We're playing behind closed doors, basically.
It's that kind of hollow clap there. But
Ben is very much our manager this evening, so he'll be directing and probably substituting you out at some point.
To be fair, actually, so Rob was stuck in traffic before this started. No, it's important to say, Rob was stuck in traffic before this started. So Bav, Rob's housemate, who isn't in with us because social distance and all that, he suggested that he could stand in for Rob and we could just pretend that he was Rob. And when you made it during one of the VTs, we'd just swap it over and you'd take his seat and we'd just act
as
like
if nothing had happened. That would have been better. We should have done that.
Yeah. We should have.
I wish I hadn't revealed that because we could have done that now, really.
Well, we could have, but coronavirus, we've got to make sure minimum amount of people in the room at all times. But to plough on with us not waffling,
yes.
As Rob says, we're here tonight to celebrate the last half of our crowdfunding and look ahead to the next half of our crowdfunding. We want to take some time to say thank you to those of you who've donated, share some of our videos, some of our promos, have some interviews with some more people involved in the project as well. We also want to hear from you. Later in the evening, we're going to be running a Q&A, so if there are any questions that you have that you want to ask either of us, maybe one of the people who's being interviewed, once they've been on, if you've got a question that you want passed on to them, we can. Absolutely. I mean, we know people, we can forward them on.
We do. And Ben is going to be following it as well, so if you do have any immediate questions that you want to fire at us, then please do. Absolutely.
Yeah, don't be shy.
Don't be shy.
Just fire them away. Ben will let us know if there's something really important that we need to know. I'm going to shout out because last time he was very vocal on the comments and we didn't answer his question, who was good cop and who was bad cop.
Oh, yes.
Tom Pritchard, if you are watching this time, I think you may be. We didn't ignore your question. I can now reveal that I am good cop. Rob is bad cop. What?
In what context? In the show?
Just in everything. In the producing of it, in the context of the show. Those people who know me know I'm shy and retired.
This is you trying to do the opposite of giving away spoilers now by now directing them in the completely wrong way.
Fantastic. But if you have any questions tonight, feel free to pop them down. Also in the chat as well, Ben will be dropping in intermittently the link to our Kickstarter. If you're liking what you're seeing tonight, if you think these guys are kind of funny, if you think, wow, I really pity these guys and their attempt at humour.
More likely to be the latter, isn't it?
Could be. Whatever you're thinking, feel free to click that link. If you're able to, we know times are hard. If you're able to, please do donate. Every donation does help us.
Small or big. And equally important to us as well is spreading the word, subscribing to our YouTube page, liking our socials, and just generally getting behind it. It all counts to something. So
100%. If Tom Pritchard is asking 1,000 questions and the link gets pushed out of the chat, not to worry. In the description for the video underneath, there is also a link to the Kickstarter as well.
That's true.
As well. So I'm quite mindful we might have some people watching who haven't seen anything or don't know anything about the project.
Well, I hope so.
Oh, me too. Do you want to walk me through it?
Yeah, let's tell you. So it was an idea, really. Actually, we always say 14 months, but it's a bit longer than that now. So it's coming up really to almost like 18 months, really.
Yeah.
So it was about 18 months ago. We'll give you the summarised story, but we were stuck in a traffic jam basically, and ended up coming up with this idea. We always wanted to work with each other on something, and mockumentary was a style that sort of both of us quite enjoyed and were drawn towards, and we started putting out some ideas to each other, exchanging some different things, and then we did some test shoots. So we wrote the scripts and we did some test shoots in last November. Which were a real success, and we learned a lot from, and then since then we have been working during this difficult time. Obviously, I don't like to call it a blessing in disguise, but in terms of the time we maybe wouldn't have had if it hadn't been for this, and we've utilised it as best we can and put together a real good cast and crew and everyone else, and we've now arrived at this sort of almost there point, really.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk a bit about what the show's about?
Yeah, I'm going to do it and try not to give away spoilers. Rob's always on spoiler watch. We actually did. Keep your eyes out for it. We did a podcast interview, didn't we, earlier this week?
We did, yeah.
Which should be coming out next week. Mark, if you're watching as well, thank you very much. We're looking forward to hearing that when it comes out. And Rob was on spoiler watch on that as well. He thinks I give too much away, but I don't think I do.
The difference is that Mark can edit any spoilers. This is live, so...
Yeah, he's going to want to edit a lot of what Rob said, because...
That's really mean.
What, it was an 8-hour interview and 7 hours it was you?
Yeah, that's true. In a nutshell. True. Go on, tell them what the show's about.
Anyway, it's about two guys who see it as their God-given right to run the country, so they set up their own political party in their house. One of them is the son of quite a senior civil servant. That's not a spoiler. Comes out in episode 1. Yeah, it does, yeah. I think so, anyway. If it doesn't, there's a spoiler. And that's Rob's character.
Can't help it.
I am party leader in the series. It's hard to believe, I know, but I am party leader in the series. This is going so well. It's hard to believe this isn't scripted, isn't it?
No, it is not. I wish it was. But
I play the party leader, and essentially we assemble a team of people that we think are going to do our bidding, because we like the idea of running a party more than the actual nuts and bolts of running the party. We're terrible at running a party. Yeah. Loads of things go wrong.
And the people who come in end up actually sort of coming to the forefront, don't
they? Well, they do. They're much better at running a political party than we are, really. Yeah. So that's the journey of the first series. It is left very open. I'm not going to tell you how we end it, because then you wouldn't tune in. Yeah. But it is left quite open, isn't it? And we do have ambitions beyond Series 1, Series 2, 3. We've started talking about... Well, I've started talking about storylines, and Rob's telling me, let's get this one made.
Let's focus on Series 1, I've said, which I think is fair.
Yeah, it is, mate. And I'm just letting them know that I'm so chomping at the bit to get Series 1 done. You know, I'm ready. We're ready to go.
But we touch on, we sort of hold a mirror up, I suppose, to lots of things that are going on in the real political world, to try and comment on that and show I suppose through the other members of the party, what we think the progress should be in politics, or, try and have a say on it, if you will.
Yeah.
Have a voice and give other people voices as well. So we've had a lot of people sort of reading scripts and giving their input, and it's been lovely. So hopefully we found a good finished article that we can get up and going next month.
I think we have. And those of you who've tuned in before, you'll be aware that I love to get a flag in the video. So just to let you know, I didn't forget today. I've put Yuri the Union Jack with me
everywhere. This is what's it's all,
adds
all
a bit of colour, though, because
otherwise,
it adds a bit of colour, because otherwise we're very grey and beige.
Yeah, but then we do look, as we've addressed before, very Britain first.
Yeah,
that's
we
are. Want to steer away.
We are reclaiming the Union Jack back from. No, we are. That's my plan. We're going to reclaim it from Britain first and the right wing, because they don't own it. So forget them.
But we are impartial. That's very important.
We are impartial. Just
No,
I was going to make a joke.
Don't make a joke. Just glide past it. Past it.
Actually, I think now is probably a very good time.
I feel like we're going to get a flag down by Ben in a minute. So
yeah, we are. Ben's on time.
Those eyes are coming over the top. Like, there they are. Like.
If there was an earpiece, you'd be shouting it right now.
Move on.
But we have actually summed this up far better in our Kickstarter video, haven't we?
We have.
Probably, that was a really smooth segue. It's probably a good time to visit that Kickstarter video now. So Ben, if you take us over to the Kickstarter video, please. Hello everyone, I'm Sam Lane.
And I'm Robert Rickman, and we are Alaboogie Productions.
Who are here to tell you today about our brand new, exciting, satirical comedy mockumentary web series, Right Honourable Gentlemen.
We've been influenced by shows like The Office, People Just Do Nothing, and The Thick of It.
And in developing our show, we've taken a look at modern British politics. Now, we know that can be a buzzword for some and boring for others, but actually we found the more that we looked at the characters and the situations, the more we were inspired by the farce of it all.
The series is made up of 6 10 to 15 minute episodes, completely free to stream on YouTube. The story follows two 20-somethings who for some reason believe it's their God-given right to run the country. Of course, they slowly realise that it's not as easy as they first thought.
Now, we've been developing this web series for the last 14 months, and between us, we've managed to get the first 20% of the budget together. That's why we're here now. We need your help to get the rest of the way. So how do we do that? Well, we've developed a range of rewards to fit all budgets with things like limited edition posters,
blooper reels,
and behind the scenes Kickstarter exclusive photos and videos, to name a few.
Any donations, guys, big or small, will be greatly appreciated. We realise, of course, that obviously not everyone can donate right now, so if that's you, if you can please subscribe to our YouTube page, or like and share all of our social medias. We can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well.
Now, if we've piqued your interest, do keep an eye on our social media streams, because we will be putting out a lot more content over the coming weeks and months. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen.
Thank you. We are back.
That was a much more succinct version of what we've just been saying, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. You probably think, why have they been rambling on for the last sort of 10 minutes or so? But there we are. So I think, do we want to show them our website?
Mate, I'm following your lead here.
Let's do it. I think so. Let's no rest for the. Let's just crack on. So if we can get our website up.
So Ben, our wonderful technical guru, is moving things around at the moment. So in a moment, Ben will give us the thumbs up. We're going to show you the website, what we're on at the moment. We are currently on 106 backers. We've got £3,415 donated so far, which is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a huge amount, isn't it? We are immensely grateful to each and every one of you that has donated. As we've said, that's 61% funded so far. Our target is £5,600, which we're confident we can hit with people's support.
Just need a big last sort of push. So as I said before, any help you can offer us, whether that be sharing, donating, whatever, it really does go a long way. So that's what we're hoping for. We've got, as I said, about sort of 26, 27 days left, and we're confident we're going to do it. We're confident we're going to do it.
What will they see if they go on the Kickstarter page?
I should say it's the Kickstarter website, not actually our website. We do have a website, but this is actually the Kickstarter website. So you'll see some general content. You'll see about the show, again, which will give you a more detailed description than we probably did just then. You'll see sort of our budget plan as we go down. And Ben's also scrolling there. You'll see the rewards you'll get. Here they come. So there's plenty there for you.
We threw in some funny names, didn't we?
We did. We got some names there for you to have a look at.
Cheaper than a road trip to Durham. That's my
very
personal
appropriate.
Favourite. Yeah.
All right, Jeff Bezos, because he has been in the press recently as well, of course.
I don't think we've got any.
This is the Britain First one I'm worried about.
That's the Britain First flag
we're worried about.
So we're very conscious that might look a little bit Britain First, but we want to assure you we're not members of Britain First.
No.
Rob said that we have to remain impartial. I think it's really important to let people know that I think they're abhorrent, and I would want nothing to do with them. So while Rob wants to remain neutral, I feel like it's clear.
No, that's fine. That one's okay.
No, I feel like I
don't go anywhere, Ben, because I want to introduce. So on the far left there he is. There's our go on, put the mouse on your face. There he is. There's Ben.
It's Ben.
That's Ben. That's our director of photography who's sitting behind there.
Yeah.
And then as I was talking about there, if we come down, you'll see our budget plan. So we want to be very open. We're doing it with our cast, so that everyone can sort of see where our money is going to be put into. So
yeah. It's important to say, isn't it? Cast and crew, that doesn't include you or I. We've actually put money in for the first 20% of the budget, haven't we?
Yeah.
So between us, we funded the first 20% of the budget. Our Kickstarter is to make up the remaining 80% of the budget. So you'll see all that. You'll also see, if you scroll right down to the bottom, risks and challenges. And we've been talking a lot about COVID-19 and the impact that that's had on filming in the UK at the moment. We are in the midst of conversations ourselves, and we're about to involve the directors and the rest of the creative team in those conversations to make sure that when we get around to filming, it's as COVID secure as possible.
Absolutely.
Safety is paramount for us.
Absolutely. For everyone. It's we very much sort of adopt the same the philosophy that it should be, that in the sense that public health is the most important thing. It's the same thing here. So as much as we desperately want to get this up and it feels like it's a good time, then he's flagging. Here we go. I'm moving on. But it's an important time for us. We want to get it up and going, but of course, if that isn't feasible because of the current situation, then we will simply delay and we'll do it another time. But
that being said, until we have to, we're going ahead with the dates that we've got, which will be the end of October through November, with an edit December, January, and a January 2021 release as well.
And I will say also that I think that what we're building and what we have built is a project that is tight enough now that if things do that are out of our control happen, we can simply pick it up and move it to a different block, whether that be filming in the start of the new year or whenever that might be. We're confident that we will get this up and going no matter what.
It's like Lego, isn't it? It's movable.
It is.
Yeah, it's movable. We could take it apart, rebuild it somewhere else, maybe build it in the first place, maybe we do a Christmas special in, like, I don't know, Monaco or something.
Already moving on. Season 2 and a Christmas special. Unbelievable. That is time definitely to move on to our next thing, I think.
Yes, which, just to come back, we've said about the support that we've received so far from 106 of you. We wanted to take a moment to reference that support. So we have actually, if Ben can bring it up, we've got a list of all of the people who supported us so far. Rob and I just want to say again how grateful we are to each and every one of you. We're going to leave that list there so people can bask in the glory of your good-naturedness. If any of you are watching tonight and you have any questions for us, or you have anything you'd like to say, please pop it in the comments section.
As long as not, I want my money back.
In which case,
we'll just scooch right over that one.
We're just going to skip by it. Ben, are there any comments so far that aren't I want my money back?
Rachel Oates asked, how much would you have to donate before Sam agreed to record all his characters' lines in a Welsh accent?
That's a good question, Rachel. That's a very good question. It doesn't necessarily work for the character, does it? But I suppose...
Oh, I mean, I want to hear it, so I'm on board with Rachel.
Do a whole ADR version.
Yeah, we could do a whole ADR version. We'll make that a reward. Should we say we'll make a new reward? If anyone gives £150, we'll do a whole version, like a podcast version of the whole script, with me doing it in a Welsh accent.
And I'll do my Rob Brydon. I'll join in.
No, you can't do a Welsh accent.
I can.
I mean, you can do it, but I'm saying you shouldn't do it for the series. Not? You should do your accent, which is really Cockney.
Brilliant, yeah.
And then it'll be, or maybe...
It's not Cockney at all, actually. Estuary, I believe I've been told. Bit of a mix. My mum's from the East End, my dad's from the West End, so it's that sort of...
Yeah. But anyway, £150 and we'll record a whole audio version for you specifically, if you donate that, where I'm doing a Welsh accent and you can choose the accent you want Rob to do. That I think we're going to make that a stretch goal. Yeah. We'll make that a stretch goal.
Unbelievable. Look at Ben shaking his head.
Unbelievable. He thinks it's funny, right. But we'll legitimately do that. Ben, any other comments before we move on?
Tim Jackson asked if there will be another promo release tomorrow.
There will be another promo. That's my dad. That is so impatient.
Ben, do you want to bring the camera back to us now while we're answering these questions? I'm so demanding, aren't I?
You really are.
You can answer that one, Rob. Go on.
I did. Yeah, absolutely. We will be. There'll be one release now every Thursday, as it has been up until the end of the crowdfunder launch. So there'll be one tomorrow for you, and one the following Thursday, and then one more. I think actually, I think we've got 4 more. Have we not?
Yeah, so it'll run up to the end of October.
Run up to the end of October, yeah. So we've got plenty more, and we're going to show you some of the promos later as well that we've already.
We've actually got a surprise starting next week as well, don't we? We've got the releases coming out.
We do.
Yeah. So keep your eyes out from Monday. We're going to have more things coming out.
Things coming out.
But for now, I think we should go back and look at some of the things we've already done. So, as Rob mentioned, we did some test shoots in November last year. From those test shoots, we managed to gather a good amount of footage from episode 1 and 2. I have to say they have changed a bit since we filmed it, haven't we?
A lot, yeah. But that's great. They've adapted and they've evolved, and we're very happy, aren't we? So,
but we've got this version that we're going to show you now. It's a collection of well, it's almost an advert for some of those scenes that we filmed. Whenever you're ready, Ben, over to you. Play the VT, please. Hello, and welcome to all of you out there. I'm Adam Goff Chamberlain Winterberg.
And I'm Jeremy Smythe.
And today, we're here to welcome you to the future.
The Endeavour Party is a new party.
Hot off the presses.
A party for change.
Let's drain that swamp.
A party for the people.
The People's Party.
Okay, what are you doing?
Adam, that means no more phasing me out by saying la 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 over and over again. And Jeremy, that means no, I'm not going to make you a cup of tea, okay? I'm a clever woman with bright ideas and I just need to be listened to.
Boys, you know my reusable water bottle is?
Not now, Dave. No one cares about your fruity hippie water bottle. Very good. Keep up the good work. The night is always darkest before dawn.
And we're back.
Yeah,
and there
how
you go.
about that?
So that's some of the footage, as I was saying, that you would have seen. We filmed, I should say, last November, and we've sort of built from that, and are looking to improve and adapt and evolve with it.
We are. But speaking of improving and adapting and evolving, I'm getting really good at these segues. We're about to be joined by someone who's been with us on the journey of that improvement, adapting, and evolving. She's one of the cast. She is a Rose Bruford alumni, a wonderful woman, a fantastic actress, and she's with us from episode 1 in the series as well, isn't she?
Yeah, she's playing Janice for us.
Janice. We're joined by the wonderful Daisy Adams. Let's give her a round of
There she is.
applause.
She's coming in.
Hello.
There she is. Hello, Daisy. How are you?
Yeah, I'm alright, thank you.
Good. Yeah, we're good.
Very
We're
good.
all right. We're all right. Well, as we did last time, tell us a bit about yourself. Tell us a bit about your background and all that.
Okay, well, I'm Daisy. You did a great job of introducing me there, and you gave me a lot of credit. Yes, I'm a Bruford alumni and trained with Rob. We were on the same course. And when did we graduate? 2017. So
Yeah.
it's been a good few years now. And I've mainly worked in theatre, but like in a range of things. So I've done immersive theatre, like a bit of Shakespeare and children's theatre. So I'm quite lucky that I've managed to do lots of different things. I haven't been put in a box just yet.
Yeah.
Forward to starting with this.
Yeah, well, we're really chuffed to have you on board, Daisy. Obviously, I work with you very closely on a number of things, including one where we were doing Shakespeare, and you really did give me a wallop round the face. Yeah, in fact, my cheek is still ringing, quite frankly. But yeah, no, we're so thrilled to have you on board. And as I said, Daisy's going to be playing Janice for us. And she is literally with us all the way through, from start to finish.
Yes.
So, not to give any spoilers, that was a spoiler.
No.
I've
Well,
done
that was
it.
a spoiler. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've done it. You've undone
Done it.
your own.
I mean, I don't think
ethos.
anyone's dying in the series anyway. So you know.
Well, that we know of. Maybe they do. Maybe they do.
Maybe they do. But Janice, no, she's going to be your character. will be with us from sort of minute one, really.
Yeah.
And has to put up with us. So
I'm going to come out with like a Parkinson, like a huge question that's probably way too big for off the cuff. But what's your favourite thing about Janice, Daisy? The character.
I like her resilience. Like from the very beginning. Oh, now I'm worried about giving away spoilers, but from the very beginning, she's a like intelligent, passionate woman who's learnt all this stuff and is in this for the right reasons. And these two guys, like, it's when you know that people are wrong, but they're the guys in charge, so you have to do what they say. And it's constant, not that Janice. That at the beginning, it's like, what? Why is she there? Why does she stay? But it's that kind of passion that drives her, and I like her resilience. I think that's something we could all do with more with at the minute.
That is true.
Agree.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and certainly about the thing at the top with people dictating what happens, and then other people struggling really to make their voices heard, which is kind of what this series is about. It's about people getting their voices heard and getting to the best possible outcome and how things perhaps should be in a way.
Yeah,
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Do we have to have some issues with some sound there? Was that?
I don't know, Ben. Is
I
everything?
can't quite hear Daisy very well.
Daisy, are you able to turn yourself up a little bit more?
I'm on a phone, which probably isn't great. Can you that's better?
I don't know how to change anything.
No, that's okay.
That's all right. I mean, we can hear. We'll put
That's okay.
subtitles on.
You crack on, Rob. You keep interviewing. I'm just going to put my technical hat on for 1 second while you persevere.
Okay. Well, we'll persevere. But so yeah. Say again, sorry.
I said I'll try and be more expressive so people know what I'm saying.
Yeah, just some sort of sign language or anything you can do really. Anything. I'm sure Daisy, you're very capable of doing pretty much anything. So I'm sure that won't be a problem. Sorry, parched, absolutely parched. I had to run here. But yeah, so we'd spoken about Jazz. But when we first, obviously, you've obviously been here now. We've had you on board since I think sort of May time. Obviously, you've been a part of the process and the script adaptions, and we're obviously moving forward now into the next part of the progress. How have you found the whole thing? I hope you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. So I think I wasn't there for your test shoot, so I imagine I'm quite a late joiner. But jumping in, so I was there. We were doing 3 or 4 read-throughs of different scripts, and they've all been really fun. And the cast are all really like lovely, and everyone's kind of got funny bones. So there's a lot of laughter already, which is really promising. And yeah, no, it's just been really good. And you guys have been great because you first sent some scripts, we read through them, we had the chance to kind of give you feedback and say, oh, would my character, is that right going along? If I've done this before, would I do that now? And you guys have taken it away and we've had different versions. So it's been a really collaborative process, which has been really nice, and we felt kind of involved. It's not a dictatorship as the show would suggest.
Yeah. And just to put it to bed, who is the good cop and bad cop, Daisy, really? Who's the good cop and bad cop out of the two of us?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'll wait until filming.
3 years at drama school, Daisy. 3 years at drama school.
So diplomatic.
That's what I'm going to say.
That is so diplomatic.
3 years together.
That was well. I'll be honest. That was well dodged, Daisy. That was well dodged. Maybe as well, if you could, because I think we're going to jump onto the. We're going to jump onto the Boris Johnson promo shortly.
Yeah.
But before we do, I probably shouldn't call it that on there, should I? But
no.
It's what we call it. It's the Boris Johnson promo.
Yeah.
Before we do, though, Daisy, what would you say to people to encourage them to watch the show?
In this time that we're in, and I know we're probably all sick of politics and sick of politicians, but this is like nothing you've ever seen before, and there's fresh new talent that you wouldn't have seen before, and that's really exciting, and you don't want to miss that.
Okay. And you are that fresh new talent as well. I've known.
No,
not at all. Not at all. You've been fantastic from, as I said, since the moment we brought you on. We're absolutely chuffed, as I said, that you want to be a part of the project, and we are going to have you back, Daisy. I think you're going to be joining in with some games or a game later. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we've got.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's fine.
That's
fine.
okay.
But thank you so much, Daisy,
Yeah,
for
thank you so
coming and
much for
speaking to
joining
us.
us,
It really,
Daisy.
really means a lot. And as I said, we're delighted to have you on board and a part of this project. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Lovely. We'll catch up with you in
yeah,
a little bit.
we'll
then,
catch you in a bit.
Then Daisy, take care. Bye bye.
Right,
So that was the wonderful Daisy
Daisy Adams.
Adams, wasn't it? Yeah, fantastic. In a moment we've got Ben doing some technical wizardry back there. We are going to show you the promo, which is definitely not called the Boris Johnson promo. Prime Minister, if you're watching,
but in a way, like, it's actually funny you say, because this is the sort of thing we're referring to when we say about holding up sort of a subtle mirror, if you will, to things that are going on outside. Obviously, this is a little bit slightly different to promos in the sense of they're taken out of the context, I should say, of the show. But yeah, it's that sort of holding a mirror up, as we've sort of said before. And I think this is probably the time to show that promo.
It is, yeah. So Ben, you take it away.
Take it away, Ben.
Take it away. You play that.
Over recent weeks, the people of this nation have faced an unenviable challenge, one that has collectively been met with grace, aplomb, and a sense of community spirit. I am, of course, talking about the endless social media posts on Kickstarter from Right Honourable Gentlemen. I'm now here today to give you a clear and concise message about our direction moving forwards. Donate. But don't donate. If you are going to donate, donate on a Friday or Monday to Thursday. Saturday's pretty good too. And if you're going to donate on a Sunday, make sure you donate double, because it is the Lord's Day. As of Monday, the 28th of September, we'll fact check that date, you can now meet in groups of 8 or more to donate, but not in a public place. 2 bubbles can also meet to collectively help one another donate, because we know the older generation do find it hard to use technology. Make sure if you're going to donate, you're over the age of 16, although we aren't fussy, but for disclaimer purposes, we do not encourage anyone to illegally donate if you are underage. I hope this has offered some sense of clarity to you at home. I know it's a great source of comfort for me. I leave you with our 3-part statement, which is now ingrained in the minds of people up and down the nation. Spread the word. Tell your friends. Make it happen. God save the Queen. Thank you very much. Make sure to donate. But don't donate.
Great.
That's it. We're back.
There you go.
Again, and there it is. That was our not what we called it.
Not
before.
Boris Johnson promo.
No.
It wasn't.
That was our first promo. That was our first. Well, not our first ever promo, but that was our first of the sort of relaunch, if you will, wasn't it? That was the first one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, and yeah, that was you doing your best work, wasn't it?
Hey, listen, man. The only way is up from there. You know what I mean? That was the baseline of my innate ability, I think.
Yeah, we had some funny outtakes on that one, that's for sure.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
So should we move on to our next sort of?
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, we're gonna be joined by the wonderful Tom England shortly. He is playing the character of Dave. But before we're joined by him, we want to show some of his other talents as well. He is one half of a duo called Burr Island, who joined us last weekend? We did the live stream. Two weekends ago.
No, it was last weekend, yeah.
And they did a whole set for us. They're a very talented double act from the West Country. They played a whole range of fantastic songs.
They did.
We've got one of those songs, which is kind of their flagship song, isn't it, at the moment?
I think it's their new single, if you will.
Yeah, it is, Dumb Waiter, which you can find on Spotify. They have very kindly recorded us a new version of them singing it in the midst of nature in one of their gardens. So enjoy.
Enjoy.
And must I serve you a smile with your glass? For it's half full, and must I take my shoes off when I stand by your indoor swimming pool? And must I call you madam? And must I call you sir? When I don't give a damn what you're both worth. When you call me Watson, when you call me more. And must I Lift the hood and watch the carcass turn tongues to talk about heavenly smell your hungry head. And must I call you madam? And must I call you sir? And I don't give a damn what you're both worth. When you call me Watson, when you call me Moore. Must I take my shoes off? Will I leave a stain? Will I leave a stain? Will I leave a stain like you? And must I call you madam? And must I call you sir? When I don't give a damn. When you call me Watson, when you call me
And we're back again. There
We
we
are
go.
back again.
That was great. I loved it. I loved that
Yeah.
song.
It's
Loved
good, isn't it?
So catchy.
Yeah,
really
that
catchy.
Oscar's really good, isn't he?
Yeah.
In his harmonies.
Oscar,
He's really
very strong.
He's
very
top
strong.
form. He's top form. He actually, I think he carries the other guy.
He
in,
does. He does. And we've got the other guy now.
We have got the other
So
guy.
he's
right
going to have
here.
an argument. He's going to have something to say about that, I
Yes,
think.
please welcome the fabulous second fiddle to Oscar Porter Brentford's Dumb Waiter track. It's Tom England.
Tom England, there
welcome,
he
Tom England.
Tom England, there he
Thanks
is.
for joining us. Thanks
There
for
he is.
joining
No,
us.
Tom, we're joking, of course, mate. You are.
Yeah,
You
you
are
are.
brilliant. What's that?
I was. Hello. Oh, hang on. I've got a delay here. I've got a delay. Oh, I've got a bit of a delay.
That's like we're on the news.
It is. It's like we're on the news
We're
here.
going to have to wait for
Hang on 1 sec. Technical difficulties.
technical difficulties.
Technical
Maybe we'll do
difficulties.
our own version of Dumb Waiter.
Is that because we changed?
No.
No.
I have my YouTube on in the background. There we are.
Yeah,
There we go,
That's
we've
it.
got it
He had his YouTube on. That's
I was
classic.
going to say.
Yeah, Tom, we didn't mean what we said there. I was just a little bit hurt by the things you just said a moment ago off camera about Ben knowing a bit more about music than me, which it hurt. I won't lie. But I'm going to forgive you and instead give you a moment just to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, as you know, I am Tom. I was just going to say I was blushing there from the compliments you were giving during after the song, but then the redness slowly turned into fury as Sam, as always, belittled me.
Hey, listen.
Bad cop, you see?
Yeah,
there
we're
is
gonna
right proof.
Bad cop.
Tom,
Listen.
back me up
Oh,
now.
here
Good
we
cop
go.
or bad cop?
Now England's on. That's it. You're all against
Daisy
me.
was
now.
too nice.
Game over now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is game over now.
No, he
Can we
won't.
get Oscar live streaming
Yeah,
as
he-
well? He'll take my side.
He definitely won't. He definitely won't.
Oscar's probably talking to Buddha right now, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah. But tell us a bit about yourself, Tom. Tell everyone a bit about your acting work, where you trained, all that kind of stuff.
All right. Well, I'm originally from Frome in the southwest, and I met these two lovely gentlemen here at Guildford 8 years ago now, which is mental. God knows why I'm still talking to them right now. And then
Nice little jab there like that. Appreciate that. No, I can take that. I'll take that in the chin.
Royal Scottish for 3 years up in Glasgow, and then straight after, I'm very fortunate to get a couple of jobs up in Scotland. As soon as I moved down to London, obviously, which is the way things work. But so went back up to Scotland, did a show at Tron, the beautiful Tron Theatre, played a young monk, and it was a good and bad experience. Bad because I walked off the stage because I thought I was going to piss myself. Don't do that. Always piss yourself when you're in that little conundrum.
Sorry, can I just say you are live on YouTube, Tom. Please do not swear. I actually, as you started talking about,
It's now a swear word. Sorry, I said it.
well,
That's 3 times now.
listen, as you started talking about that job, I just knew you were going to bring up that story, and I was thinking, should I intervene? But I let you go for it.
I really wanted to do the Love Actually thing as well, you know, where Hugh Grant says, could have said, and he says a swear, and then we'd have been in real trouble. But I didn't.
Yeah, I still haven't watched Love Actually, so.
That's fun. We won't go there. No, move on. Tom, this is about you, mate.
Thank you. God, it feels weird being about me in front of you two.
That's your
Your
second.
third.
Third. No more. That's your 3 now. You've had your 3 shots.
All right, okay, I'll be serious now. Then I went to WREP, did a American show there called Better Trap, which was great fun. It's a great records company, and one of the remaining few. And then after that, had a bit of time out, obviously voluntarily.
Yeah.
And then did a tour of the UK, a new show called Caroline's Kitchen, which was great fun, a comedy. So I guess that, you know, I've done quite a few comedies, that sort of ties in with what we're doing at the moment. And yeah, that was fantastic. Toured around the UK and did a New York run for 5 weeks. So yeah, that was a very privileged to enjoy that experience.
And most recently, Tom, if it's okay for me to interject, you were a part of the Mousetrap in the West End, and it's ironic because I remember you telling me a story. You said about you, the cast, sort of said, "Imagine if we were the first cast to close the Mousetrap."
Yeah.
And then, of course, obviously coronavirus hit, and there we are. You got brought to a bit of an abrupt end. I mean, you got most of your talk, the running, didn't you? Because you were doing it for 6 months, was it not?
Yeah. It was only 3 weeks left on the run that we missed. Well, like Sam's probably bored of this conversation now, but yeah.
Hey, listen, man. The people haven't heard it. You give the people what they want, Tom.
Well, you know, usually, at the start of every equity contract, someone from equity comes in and says, "Who wants to be equity rep?" And suddenly, a group of actors, it goes quiet. You know, actors don't go quiet, and it just the room shuts up. And I'm like, absolutely not. I would be terrible. But for some reason, I put my hand up, and I thought, yeah, why not? I will learn something. The worst decision, one of the worst decisions I've made. There's a few. But it was so cushy up until lockdown. But then it was conference calls galore. But yeah.
So you've had to handle quite a bit. I did find it funny as well, Tom, actually, because I know you said that you sort of guy usually sort of steers, but you're a very sort of laid back character, which is a wonderful quality of yours. I did find it funny that you were 20 minutes early to the Zoom when Sam said just be about 5 minutes early to coming on Zoom.
It's the first time you've ever been early for anything.
No, it is not.
In the whole time we've known you.
Do you know why it is? Probably because you put me on the right day. I've been gallivanting around London at 4 different viewings today. So today was all about timekeeping.
Right.
And so, you know, I've got my inner clock's working today.
Right.
That's good. That's good.
We should talk now about the show, of course.
Yeah, we should.
And how you sort of came to the forefront, because your role actually, even though the character itself is obviously very different to you as a person, it actually is ironic because you were living with Sam obviously at the time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of obviously you were literally from all the way back when we very first started writing, sort of involved and sort of giving a lot of support and an energy towards us, really, didn't you? Which is kind of how you landed this massive break of yours now. I mean, this is huge.
I owe everything to you guys.
Well, I'm glad that we've got that recorded and it's going to be on the internet forever.
No.
You have credited us
as your biggest break.
Your biggest break. You owe everything to us. Yeah. We've got witnesses now as well.
Yeah.
So,
we have. At social distance, we've actually been joined by one of my housemates, Bhavnik Joshi, who's now part of an audience. So we do now have an audience. We're not paying behind closed doors anymore. So Bav, we're waving at Bav. There he is. There he is. He's giving us a wave.
But yeah, tell us a bit about your experience of being involved from the beginning, Tom, and how how things have changed over time, what things you've taken away from the project already, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so I feel very flattered to have seen it from its birth, really, in its infancy. And yeah, at first, obviously, I just heard Sam mentioning it, and like people, like actors have, we always have ideas and stuff, and it's like it was just an idea at the time, and then to see things gradually become more concrete and more people get involved and crew come in and sets being designed and stuff, I felt really proud as a friend to see you both, really push this thing forward. And like in terms of how it's come on, like it was last year. It was I think it wasn't. It was in a great place. But the thing is now, it's in a great place with 1 year extra preparation. So the story seems to have developed more in terms of its arc and in terms of multiple characters through lines seems to be more thought through. Yeah, it's just really astonishing what you guys have achieved in, to be honest, a negative year, So
yeah, well, we've spoken about that a lot, about it being obviously it isn't the circumstances in which we would have liked to, obviously we would, but I suppose one thing I know, in fact, my dad who's watching certainly said, make sure you utilise this time as best you can. Don't come out of this, whenever we are able to come out of this and think, oh blimey,
yeah,
I wish.
You guys have, man. You really have. Yeah, and I think it's in like this silver lining. It's really helped the project. As I said, it was in a great position last year, but it just having more time on it just gives everything, like every character, every line, every moment, every pause, just has that little extra bit of detail in it. So yeah, it's exciting, really exciting.
And why don't you talk a little bit about your character of Dave? I mean, Rob's definitely going to be on spoiler watch, but give people a bit of a sense of who Dave is, how he fits into the story in a totally non-spoilery way.
Who Dave is, it will be the age-old question, I think.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't think there's much in terms of there's not much you can say really without giving.
Dave is meant to be a sort of mystery. Who is Dave? Will we ever know? I think he's a bit of an underdog, and hopefully the series or series, however you pluralise it, will prove that. Not that I want more lines at all, but
he's already fishing. Look, he's on season 2 as well.
Don't let.
But I think, like to Adam and Jeremy, he's sort of a tag along. He was with, like we were discussing, he was with Jeremy, probably a childhood friend, and I feel like Jeremy wasn't necessarily the most, like Adam, the most popular child at school. You probably could have different character breakdowns, but Dave was always there to be a friend, and I always needed Dave always needed someone to be a friend. So it's a bit of a tag along, but in terms of like his relationship in the flat, I feel like he's past that phase now, and he's more just someone filling the spare room and paying the rent, and just existing alongside them. And I think to the rest of the team, he's some guy they don't know much about, because Adam and Jeremy seem to hide his existence. He's some odd man with a weird haircut.
Yeah, we'll find out why they want to do that as the series.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, absolutely. There's more to say. Tom's been very good there with the way he's articulated that, because there certainly is more to Dave's character and where he ends up and all that. So yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. In a way, I think he's probably more of a savvy careerist than you two.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, and I feel politically he's probably a bit more down to earth as well, not as extreme.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, so later, Tom, we're going to be running the game show. You're going to be coming back and joining us, aren't you, to join in the frivolities? Before you go, though, to anyone who's watching right now, who's thinking, why should I donate to this project? It all sounds really good, but might need a little bit of an extra incentive. What would you say to someone like that to encourage them to donate to the project, Tom?
I'd say, having read the thing, I cannot stress how good it is, how funny it is, having met all the cast, how intelligent and how talented everyone is, including the crew. Everyone's put so much work into it, and with just a little extra push, I think this could really go somewhere. Yeah, so that's what I say.
Well, that's a great endorsement.
Yeah, thank you, Tom. Yeah, and thank you for speaking to us.
Yeah,
man.
thanks so much
having
for
you back
joining us.
again
Thank
later
you.
on.
Yeah. Good luck with the rest of the evening.
Cool.
Thanks,
Cheers, man.
see you
We'll
in a
see you a
bit.
bit later.
See you in a bit.
See you a bit later. So shortly we are going to move on to another promo. But before we do, Ben, our technical man, is going to drop the link for us again in the chat. If you are liking what you're seeing tonight, if you think this is a project I can get behind, I really want to see this succeed. These two guys are really funny, or I really pity these guys. I want to give them a bit of money
So the latter
for trying.
is most likely, but nevertheless.
Then please do click the link. Check out everything on the Kickstarter. Like we say, there's loads more information on there. And if you're in a position to, then please do support financially if you can.
Yeah, and as we've said before, small, big donations, it really doesn't matter. Every backer is a backer for us, and it's just another sign that we are moving forward and that the project is growing. So yeah.
And share it helps.
Yeah. Subscribe as well. Subscribe our YouTube channel. We've done really well in the last sort of week or so of subscribers, and we're really grateful about that. So yeah, the more people that we get engaged, and more people that get it out there, the better.
Yeah.
What we got next? What's coming up?
We've got one of our old promos from
we do.
last year. Now this is one of Rob's personal favourites.
Well, this is the one that I've had a lot of feedback about people enjoying a lot. So,
do you want to? Don't say too much about it, but do you want to give it an intro?
It is definitely one I'm thinking.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is the one. Don't worry, he does like this one.
Yeah. I was just thinking because imagine if I just completely go on a massive segue because we were going to show a couple. So. But this one is the European question. So it was around that sort of, well, it was definitely around that sort of Brexit time when that was kind of what everyone was sort of talking about.
During the general election, during Boris Johnson just kept bringing it up, from the campaign trail, from inside a fridge, everywhere he could be found during that general election.
Yeah, and so here it is. This is the European question promo from last year, would you believe?
You know what
Benny Boy, take it away.
Great. You rolling? Yeah, you rolling? Let's get this going. Ladies and gentlemen of this great nation, we join you here today broken-hearted over one of the hardest questions this nation has ever faced.
The European question.
Lines drawn down the middle of families, communities, up and down the land.
But it's now time for you to decide. Are you in or are you out?
And speaking personally, individually and on behalf of myself, I can say I unilaterally back withdrawal from the Eurovision Song Contest. It is pointless us being in it anymore. I mean, they don't even want us there. We've got countries like Estonia, Moldova, Luxembourg, places in Eastern Europe I've never even heard of, placing above us. What, because they throw a few pyrotechnics in there, have some ballerina...
Okay, I'm sorry, what are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
What are you doing?
I'm doing the video that we
No, you're not doing the video. We paid these people to be here. We're wasting their time right now. Why are you talking about the Eurovision Song Contest? A contest that ABBA, not that I've got anything against ABBA, won in the 70s.
Well, it's because that's what we're here about. We're about Europe, aren't we?
No, we're not. We're meant to be talking about the referendum. We're meant to be talking about Brexit, about...
the European referendum, yeah.
No, about putting it back to... Oh, do you know what? No. Absolutely. Every time. Pathetic. Oh...
Vote Endeavour Party on the 12th of December. Great, we got that? Yep. Yeah, sorry about him.
So that was it. That was one of our very first promos last year. That was the European question. So I do hope you enjoyed that. We certainly enjoyed making that one, wasn't it?
Indeed, yeah.
The sort of spontaneous one. The outtakes on that one were particularly enjoyable as well. But I won't go on for too much longer because we do have another special guest of ours who's been so brilliant since the moment we brought him on. Really,
he has. He's been fantastic.
I'll let you go into him in just a second because he has been truly brilliant. Actually, he's been the man with the music for us. So I'll let you introduce.
Yeah. So as Rob mentioned, we've been able to not only bring together a fantastic cast, but we've got a fantastic crew and creative team around us as well. And one of those people is Elliot Pritchard, who is a singer-songwriter from South Wales, where I'm from. I've known him since I was very, very young. He now lives in London as well. He has been banging the drum of making his own music for a few years now. He's got such a comprehensive list of fantastic songs. You can find him and a brilliant voice.
Such a good voice.
On SoundCloud, Spotify. You can find him on Instagram at Elliot Pritchard Music. He has very, very kindly lent some of his music to us for our theme tune. He's also going to compose for the series for us as well. His talents know no bounds, and we wanted to share some of them with you now. We've actually got one of my all-time favourite songs, All Downhill From Here. It's from our original broadcast when we kicked things off, so we got that version back because it's such a good example of Elliot singing live, for lack of a better term, on that broadcast. So Ben, whenever you're ready, let's play the song.
Hey, what's up? It's Elliot Pritchard. Quick thanks to Sam and Rob for inviting me to be a part of the launch of their website and their Kickstarter. I'm really excited to be part of this project. You should be too. It's going to be funny. It's going to be exciting. So please do support it in any which way you can, whether that be financially or just giving it a share. I'm going to get on with it and play you some music. This is my song, All Downhill From Here. That I was older. Now all I hope for is I'm younger more. And I always dreamed of being 30. Now I'm nearly there. It's all despair. Mine, but it's left behind. I thought that I'd be older, I'd be wiser. I'm not wiser. Seems the more I know, the less I grow. It's so painful when you get to know. It's all downhill from here. My old man said make the most of it, son. 'Cause when all's said and done, it'll be like it's just begun. And I always listen to my elders, 'cause I thought they knew more. They knew the score. Wiser. Seems the more they know, the less they grow. It's so painful when you get to know. It's all downhill from here. from here.
It is, mate. I'd buy it.
I'd buy it.
I'd buy it.
I would.
I'd buy it. So you can find Elliot, as a reminder, on Spotify, Elliot Pritchard, SoundCloud, Elliot Pritchard. That's Elliot with 2 T's. I know some people do it with 1. You can find him on Instagram at Elliot Pritchard Music. I think he's on Facebook as well. We'll check that. We'll link it in the bottom, though, for you.
Yeah, but thank you, Elliot. Obviously, as Sam has already said, your talents are endless. So, and we really, really do appreciate you writing all the music for this, or lending it to us, I should say, really. Yeah, we can't thank you enough for that. So thank you.
Yeah, that's some of the work that Elliot's been doing. Though, again, we want to come back to some of the work that we've been doing on the series.
We do, yeah.
We will be showing you momentarily. It's the behind the scenes of filming the test shoots back in November last year.
And I should say that obviously this is obviously it wouldn't be this one, but as part of some of the prizes within the crowdfunder for people that are donating, there are blooper reels to be seen that will be taken obviously during the big shoot when it comes in November. So this is a little taster of those people that have donated enough to get the old blooper reel,
and they will be shared specifically to those people, so it won't go out to everyone at a later date. It will be Kickstarter exclusive blooper reels, won't it?
Absolutely, yeah. So again, we come back to, obviously this is about our sort of Kickstarter campaign, so if you're liking what you're seeing at the moment, I feel like this could be a really good video actually to really accelerate. So
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. So let's bring it on, shall we?
Yeah, afterwards, let us know what you think. We're going to have a little chat afterwards, but also we're going to have a Q&A with all of you as well. So if you've got any questions now, ahead of time, think them up, put them in the comments section. Ben can ask us, we'll answer those questions. It can be about us, it can be about the series. If you really want, it can be about something unrelated that you want us to talk about.
Keep it clean.
Keep it clean. Yeah, just have a think while you watch this wonderful video of some of the joy that we had.
We did. It really was. It really was great fun. And Ben, who's behind there, as we've said before, was a part of that. And yeah, this should give you a little taster of the fun we had.
Yeah, so give it a little watch.
Here
Ben,
it is.
play the
Scene 1, take 1.
Okay. I'm gonna.
I'm like, that was good.
Door opens.
Fucking idiot! Sorry, we just said take your shoes off. That's...
Open the door.
John and Zoe's line.
Shut the door. Open the door. How many more do we need?
It's a joke. You want
Oh, you.
Rising to the top, oh yeah. Everybody know it's right. Oh. Baby bird, this gonna turn on.
Oh, love.
Drop that mic. Bang. We feel that with an inclusive... Sorry.
Sorry.
We feel that with an inclusive vision like ours. I'm not saying that. I fucking had right about 15 minutes.
The bush of uncertainty, representative of Brexit. You've got to be very careful with it. You can't just cast it asunder, you've got to walk it down to the end.
It's straight after the opening scene.
So we've had our turtlenecks on, smoking our cigars. Have you saw cigars? No, we'll get some cigars.
I didn't realise we were actually going to smoke cigars. I thought that was just us being silly.
Oh no, I mean we can if you want. I'll get some from Carl.
Right, we are ready. Must be hard at the top, eh? Now you've got this #1 hit show, trending on YouTube, 1 million followers. What was it like at the beginning? I hear you ask. Well,
Okay, now this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can see it all, don't I? You know what I mean?
Minky ginky.
Hi guys, and welcome to Ground Force. We're here at Road, where Rob Jackson has asked us to come in and transform his dowdy...
Oh, there we go.
I'm ready when you are.
That's it again.
That's it again.
It's comedy gold though, that is.
Dowdy is...
Oh, there we go.
The countdown continues, and we at the Endeavour Party are... So there you go.
There it is.
That's
I
it.
hope you had a good laugh with that, because we certainly did, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We had a. I mean, we were serious, but we had a bit of fun as well, didn't we?
Well, this is no, but in all seriousness, this is the kind of environment we were wanting to create, something where people can come in, have fun through the seriousness of the work, and I think we achieved that.
Did.
So to
What I
speak.
realised when we were watching that through is there's definitely two types of play and humour in that. There's you just doing funny things and saying funny things, and there's me. I just start my own story. Like when I was sweeping up, and I just created a whole
I remember that
narrative.
I'm really pleased that, and it was actually Ben and Nathan who put that together, that video for us.
And then Ground Force as well. When I did that, I just go off on a tangent.
You do. You're doing it now.
I am actually. Yeah, you're right. I'll let you take it away just while I have a sip of my water.
Okay, you go for it. I think actually this is actually time for us to bring in some questions that may have already been surfacing. Ben, have you got anything there for us?
Yeah, we'll touch on these. We can have a few more later as well, can't we?
Absolutely.
So there's the Colgate and the socks.
So the Colgate and the socks, I don't fully understand. I think this is directed at me. I mean the socks that I do. So I've evidently got family and a few friends picking up on the comments as well, probably watching tonight. There's just a thing in my family that everyone thinks everyone else is stealing their socks. So that's
it.
Yeah, it's
That's
probably
it in a
not as
nutshell.
interesting as people think if they're
Your whole
watching. I've got socks on.
South
if
Wales is
that's-
laughing.
Yeah, if that's what you're asking, I've got socks on. The Colgate, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I'm hoping that means that everyone thinks that we've got fantastic teeth and they're fans of that. So, thank you.
Chandler Bing smile there for you.
Any
Rank
more?
The Batman movies.
Rank the Batman movies.
Nolan ones.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go first. You go first.
We'll try and do it together.
All right. Well, number one for me is The Dark Knight.
Yeah, I think it has to be. Although I will say, I remember actually at drama school we had this discussion. Bavi was actually there as well when Dan, a guy called Taylor as well. We were having a discussion about it, and that Batman Begins is a brilliant film.
Well, that would be second for me because I think
it's a brilliant film. I think the thing only thing really that separates the two films is Heath Ledger's performance. Obviously, the Joker is just so it's literally one of my favourite performances. I think that's the difference because I remember Dan saying, he's talking about how the actual film Batman Begins is brilliantly put together. Yeah.
So I would say The Dark Knight, Batman Begins, and then The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. Although I have to say, with the face masks on, I do feel like Bane walking around in everyday life.
Yeah, and I'm built like Bane, so there we go. Well, give or take a pound or two.
Maybe we could do a Halloween special, and that could be your costume in the series.
Yeah,
Bane.
I fit the role well.
Yeah, you would. Yeah,
absolutely.
Any more questions? Any more? We'll take one more, and then we'll touch back on the Kickstarter. I think.
Shelby asked who writes what, and how do you guys get on writing together?
That's a good question.
Who writes what? Well, we go. That's the thing. We've been so meticulous with it this time. We've literally gone by almost word by word, haven't we? Every single bit. But the way we tend to do it, Sam is more the keyboardist, if you will, and you sort of punch in. I'm a bit more of a sort of my. Sam sort of helps to get it onto the page. I think that's our sort of thing. Like we throw loads of different ideas, we sort of say the lines, we sort of almost talk it through, we sort of improvise the scenes together, and then we sort of articulate it onto the page.
Well, what we did was we put together the series Bible first, didn't we? And we mapped out the story and the characters, and then we beat out each episode so we knew what the arc of the series was and the arc of the episodes were. And then, like Rob says, when we got to that point, we looked at what the scene needed to be for the episode. We improv'd our way through, and then the bits that worked we pulled out, and the bits that didn't we let go. And then we sort of filled in the gaps between the bits that worked to shape the scene, and then literally it's just been a case of reading through and redrafting and redrafting and redrafting.
Yeah, and we've been trying to make it, because obviously it is a web series, we've tried to make it concise because there's been some scenes that we've really enjoyed writing that we could have just we could have elongated, couldn't we?
If we had a huge studio behind us and we could make a hour long episode of something.
So Netflix, if you are watching, we are available anytime, night or day.
Yeah.
Just I'm not going to put my number in because people might start calling.
No, I'll give you my number.
Yeah.
Hang on,
but
let me get Rob's number up.
But yeah, no, that's pretty much it. And actually, since Shelby actually has asked the question, we should say that we didn't actually give Shelby a special mention last time as part of the whole team.
No, we didn't.
Shelby's been really great in helping out around
Yeah.
the place and keeping the whole, especially during the test shoots and in general, running smoothly, and even filled in on some of the sort of the walk-on roles, I suppose you could say.
Yeah.
Shelby's been doing that during the read-through, so thank you very much.
And Shelby will be the production manager on filming as well.
She will be, yeah, absolutely. So she'll be the
So,
sort of the link between everyone, if you will. So but she's
Yeah,
been fantastically
excellent
supportive.
question. I'm conscious that I think there may be some people that have tuned in that weren't with us at the beginning. I think just so all of this isn't out of context and anyone new who's joining us has got a bit of an idea of what's going on, we should play the Kickstarter video again.
We should.
For people so they can see. So we're going to come back to the Kickstarter video. After the Kickstarter video, we'll take a few more of your questions and talk through those, and then we've got some exciting things coming up for you, including some interviews, some more promos, the fun game show bit as well.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
you can play along at home. But for now, here's the Kickstarter video. Hello everyone, I'm Sam Lane.
And I'm Robert Brinkman, and we are Alaboogie Productions.
Who are here to tell you today about our brand new, exciting, satirical comedy mockumentary web series, Right Honourable Gentlemen.
We've been influenced by shows like The Office, People Just Do Nothing, and The Thick of It.
And in developing our show, we've taken a look at modern British politics. Now, we know that can be a buzzword for some and boring for others, but actually we found the more that we looked at the characters and the situations, the more we were inspired by the farce of it all.
The series is made up of 6 10 to 15 minute episodes, completely free to stream on YouTube. The story follows two 20-somethings who for some reason believe it's their God-given right to run the country. Of course, they slowly realise that it's not as easy as they first thought.
Now, we've been developing this web series for the last 14 months, and between us, we've managed to get the first 20% of the budget together. That's why we're here now. We need your help to get the rest of the way. So how do we do that? Well, we've developed a range of rewards to fit all budgets with things like limited edition posters,
blooper reels,
and behind the scenes Kickstarter exclusive photos and videos, to name a few.
Any donations, guys, big or small, will be greatly appreciated. We realise, of course, that obviously not everyone can donate right now, so if that's you, if you can please subscribe to our YouTube page, or like and share all of our social medias. We can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well.
Now, if we piqued your interest, do keep an eye on our social media streams because we will be putting out a lot more content over the coming weeks and months. Thank you very much for taking the time to listen.
Thank you.
So there you go.
There you go. There it is. That's our Kickstarter video. So for those that haven't tuned in already, obviously we've been running this campaign now for just over sort of 30 days. Yeah. Won't get into that again. But as we've said, any donations, big or small, or just simply spreading the word, liking our socials, subscribing to our YouTube page, it all does go a hell of a long way. So please, when you can, get behind it and support the project.
Yeah. But we do want to hear more from you.
We do.
So if there are any more questions, Ben, are there any more questions that are...
Not yet.
No? That's all right. Well, Bav had a question, didn't you, Bav?
I did, yeah. If you were Prime Minister now, for both of you, what would be the first thing you would put into law?
The first thing
as in Adam and Jeremy, or as in us?
As in you?
Oh, well, I know what I would put into law.
Go on.
I'd say £1 of everyone's taxes has to go towards this web series. That would be the first law. That would be the first law that I'd bring in, because what's that? 68 million people, £1. That's a £68 million budget for
the
web series.
We could
do a lot.
We could probably
We could do a lot.
Could be buy a house.
Well, we could. Yeah, we could set up our own network, couldn't we?
I think that's a good answer.
You can't do mine because I've done mine.
I'm trying to make it serious. What would be the first thing?
I'm serious. I couldn't be more serious.
What would be the first thing I would do? I don't know how to deal with that. Becoming an elongated thing.
Well, you elongate as you want.
I don't know. I feel like I've been put on the spot now. What would be the first thing I would do? Well, one thing I mean, this is completely segmented, but only because it's been a massive thing. Certainly something that I was affected by earlier in the lockdown. Would be introducing some sort of social care. I don't know, obviously, if it's the right way to say social care tax of some description, but obviously with the way that things are in terms of science now, the way the body is able to sort of carry on, but the mind not so much, and people obviously now rely on homes and places to go, but have to pay such extortionate money to remain in those homes, and for some people it's just not feasible. I don't know how they would implement that, but I think that there could be, obviously I know people pay tax towards NHS and other things like that, but I think maybe if they haven't already, which I don't think they have from the research I've done, to put aside some sort of segue for money to be put towards social care, because at the end of the day I think it's safe to say that at some point we're all going to need it, so it will go in full circle. That would be one thing, not necessarily the first thing, but if you're asking me what I might introduce, it would be something along those lines.
Well, with something as heartfelt as that, it's really pooed all over my arse, isn't it? So that's what we talk about with the series. You've got the serious.
He's the party leader in this as well. It's just not right, is it? They've been playing different characters.
We've got the serious undertones there, and then we've just got the comedy on the surface answer as well.
Tom Pritchard asked which one of you would be Prime Minister.
Which one of us?
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, if I'm actually being entirely honest, why he's laughing, if he's actually being serious, Sam is one of the most politically engaged people I've ever met. He's absolutely brilliant with his politics. He really understands it. He's fair with it. It's something I've learned a lot from Sam. Sort of part of why we did this, we went for politics. Something I've sort of got more engaged with over the last sort of 2 or 3 years, especially during my time at sort of drama school, and we got into into politics in a particular term. Particularly, that didn't make any sense. Never mind, we're live. We'll roll with it. But Sam, I think I would probably sit underneath and let Sam run the way in that sort of sense, because his political mind is fantastic.
It's very kind, very kind of you. You could be in the cabinet if you want to. What?
I just give him that big spiel, and all I get is a cabinet
it's
member.
Listen, mate, it's because I find it really hard when people compliment me. Like I don't know about you, but I can't just take it. I find it really hard.
No, yeah, so, I get that.
In all seriousness, though, what cabinet position would you want if I was Prime Minister? What post would you want to be?
I want to be
What, Vice Prime Minister? That isn't a thing.
No, I wouldn't.
Nick Clegg's the only one that's ever been Vice Prime
Minister. Yeah, don't want to follow his
Deputy Prime Minister.
Yeah, I was going to say Vice, but yeah, definitely not that.
Would you want to be Chancellor, or would you want to be Culture and Media Secretary? Or
my dad's good with the numbers. He gave me about a third of those genes, so I don't know if I could.
Tim Jackson could be Chancellor.
Tim Jackson could be Chancellor. Got a very good maths brain. I don't know what I'd want to be.
My dad could be Department of Work and Pensions. He could be that minister.
Probably something relating to the. I'm going to go with this.
Go on.
Sport.
I was going to say culture, media, and sport.
Media and sport. Yeah, that would be me probably. Yeah.
You couldn't give all the money to Liverpool.
What's that?
Dowden.
Yeah. No, impartial. Impartial.
You're doing really well at being impartial, mate. really well.
Yeah, but that would be that. Yeah, and all seriousness, actually, if you were going to assign me that, I wouldn't want to be Deputy Prime Minister or anything. I'd want to be doing that.
Again, no, you couldn't give all of the money to Liverpool. So
I wouldn't give all of the money, but probably 99.9% would go towards them. Okay, actually no, I give 50% to Brentford, actually, local club and all that.
Right, nice, lovely.
And Babby's over there getting upset. Stevie G, I'll give a bit to Rangers as well. They've definitely not been great with the finance, so there's no offence. Anyway, we're going for the tangent. We've got so much more important things to talk about than football.
Any more questions, Ben, before we move on, or? No. Okay, we've got Maisie. We've got Maisie after the next thing, which is our final promo, is it not?
It is, right.
Yeah.
Let's bring it up. This is our most recent.
This is our most recent.
Most recent one. So Ben, take it away.
Hello. I'm just kidding, of course. It's just me and the cameraman because COVID is no joke. But this is a press conference, so let's press on. The treatment of children vis-à-vis school results this summer has been appalling. In particular, the bullying of private school children, I think, is grossly unfair. I myself am a privately schooled child, and I can tell you that it is no easy life, and we work very hard. Of course, we here at the Endeavour Party strive to include everyone and understand that state school children also do things too. So, we have developed
a 10-point plan in case this situation arises
Sorry,
again.
Everyone. Sorry, I didn't get the memo about the press conference. I actually heard you through the floorboards while I was dropping the kids off at the pool.
You don't have any kids. Actually,
no, it's a turn of phrase. It means doing a number 2.
Yeah, I know what the turn of phrase.
Go on out the way.
Yeah, but
Quick
we
as you
just
can. That's it.
Can you just stop?
All right then. So what you can see here is a plan that I've devised based on the latest social science. The grade boundaries have been decided based upon school performance. I think that's the fairest way to do it. So, just beginning down here in the London Home Counties region, we've given them an A star because they are, superior intellectually and educationally. That doesn't include Tower Hamlets, but we'll cover that later. Then around here, you've got the Essex region. They're still quite smart, but a little bit the only way is Essex, so they drop down to an A. Then moving over here to the east, in East Anglia and the West Country. That tends to be kind of webbed toes, third nipple, six fingers
Okay,
kind
you
of
definitely
territory.
can't say that. That's not appropriate, is it? Can we just...
Yeah, okay, well, there's no smoke without fire. So what I've done is I've whacked a C on there for them. And then moving north into the Midlands, we have what I like to call the London effect, which is where teachers and students pour up from London into this region, which brings it up and counteracts the negative effects from above. So I've given them a B. Then over here, just touching on Wales, I've given them a double L because they've got their own language. It's kind of a thing. Then in the Manchestery, Liverpool-y, kind of northerly region, I've given them a D because they are a savage people. And then no one really knows what goes on up here, so I've just whacked an E on and thrown caution to the wind.
What about Scotland?
You haven't mentioned Northern Ireland either.
Yeah, well, I can't send results across an ocean, can I?
Unbelievable.
So there we go. That was our latest promo about school results. We've really modelled that on, school results fiasco this summer.
Yeah, that really was. Yeah, talking about things that you would change in a serious note. Obviously, our joke was there, but that really could have been a lot better, couldn't it?
Yeah,
and should have been.
And I think it
should have been a lot better.
I think it's important to say as well. I do not remotely stand it, but I am actually Welsh, so that's why I put the Welsh joke in there because I feel like I understand. I'm actually relearning Welsh as well. Have I told you that?
You did, yeah.
I'm relearning Welsh. So
there you go. Can I give a bit now, or?
Well, I feel a bit on the spot now, don't I?
All right. Stop
well, give me a bit of time. The next live stream we do, if we do another one, I'll do it then. I promise you.
Okay.
This is a promise now. I'll do it on the next one.
Okay. All right. I'm expecting a big intro in Welsh.
All right, mate. I'm gonna do it. But our next guest is someone that needs no introduction, but we're gonna give one anyway.
Yeah.
She is one of the sharpest young political minds in the country. She trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. She is an actress, a filmmaker, an activist, a very good friend as well. She trained with us at GSA on the foundation course years and years ago. And she's here with us live in the studio, which is Rob's living room in Catford. It's Maisie by video link. Thanks for joining us.
We've even got an audience member clapping up. Thank you, Babby. There he is.
Thanks so much for coming and joining us tonight, Maisie.
No, not at all.
Listen, we're going to big you up.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing there was unfactual.
Yeah. So Maisie, for those who don't know, Maisie is one of our directors for the series. Maisie will be directing episodes 3 and 4 for us. We've given a little bit of an introduction, but Maisie, do you want to explain to people who are watching sort of a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do, your involvement in the series, that sort of thing?
I'm really glad that you already mentioned that I cannot swear. That is I'm also glad you said no spoilers because I've obviously been working in the middle of the series. It's hard for me to block it out, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
I'll try my best. You can block me. So I trained at RADA, and then afterwards was doing kind of bits of everything, produced some music videos, directed some short films, acted in a couple of bits, and then got more interested in how art can intersect with not just activism, but more collectivising of political education. And so this last month I've been involved in this really cool festival called The World Transformed, which is a political education festival, and I was helping with the theatre coordination for that. So everyone should have a little look at that. Just a little plug.
So don't you worry, you plug as much as you want.
Right. And actually, I'm starting uni tomorrow, which is a bit crazy. So I'm doing a master's at SOAS in political thought, and I literally start tomorrow. But everything's like online. I've had to buy a lot of books. It's very exciting. So it's a bit, it's a bit weird going back into like formal education, but with still like the mindset of making creative work afterwards or during.
Is that something you that's just sort of sprung upon you, or is that something I know you've mentioned it before, but or is that something you've gone actually? It's been in your mind for a long time. You've wanted to do it because it's great, by the way. Massive congratulations as well. Like
really
when you told us about it, it was brilliant news.
Yeah, I think further education definitely. Like a more formal education and a master's I was more interested in.
Yeah.
And I want to do it in politics because I just feel like I feel like I want to get a broader understanding of it. I feel like I sort of am okay with British politics at the moment, but SOAS always provides like a greater contextual knowledge. So they mainly focus on like Asia, Africa, and the Middle East. So and also like how that pertains to imperialism and the empire. So I'm kind of on like ground my current education in something that's more like expansive and that. A lot of it I've never heard of before, so that's great.
Well, just talking about politics, obviously this is a political satire. The series is heavily influenced by things that have happened in politics in the last 5 years. Obviously, as we say, and as you say, you're a very politically minded person. What do you think it's important to know as an audience member watching this tonight about the important political messages that come through in the series in amongst the comedy?
So I've been thinking about this. I don't think you need to know anything to be watching it, and I think that's the great thing about it, is that and comedy is more accessible as well. And I also think that satire is really important because you're taking these like moments which really have either been drawn from or could be drawn from real life, and you're saying, hang on, let's not normalise these things, let's actually recognise how utterly ridiculous a lot of it is, and it then allows us to ask further questions. But I don't think that the series teaches us anything. Like I don't think it like feeds the audience anything. That is not condescending in any way. That's why it's so good and so entertaining to watch. But it does like plant those little bits in your head of being like, hang on, didn't I read something really similar to that in the news? Like I said just before I came on, this is very similar to the Lawrence Fox thing that's happening at the moment, where he's setting up political parties.
I know, unbelievable, just straight in there, like it's got to be some sort of copyright, has it not?
He did.
Ben, it's actually Ben who sent it over to us the minute it happened. I'm furious.
I think he tuned into our live stream. You know,
I hope not.
For the end of August one. Well done on remaining impartial. I think he tuned into our live stream at the end of August because there was a viewer called something like Foxy29 or something, and it might have been Lawrence Fox. So
it sounds like something else, but okay.
Yeah.
Again though, as we did with Donald Trump last time, Lawrence, if you are watching and you've got $1 million to spare and you want to send it our way,
well, he does have $1 million.
We're not, you know. If you want to throw it at us,
I think we might be a better investment.
I think we might be a better investment. The Endeavour Party. He actually said that as well in his little thing. We'll endeavour to do. I was like, you.
Yeah, he did.
I'm not going to swear.
Yeah.
I'm not going to swear.
No, don't, because we're live on.
We're
live on TV.
We are.
I think you've summed up really well what we're trying to achieve. I think, Maisie, with the series. Particularly, we talked a bit about starting quite small to begin with, and as the series goes on, hopefully we would expand. So, if someone isn't necessarily politically engaged, they can watch the series from start to finish and learn about local politics, about what it means to elect a council, about what it means to be part of a general election. That's our ambition for the whole thing, but without it being really dry and, you know, like a documentary about politics, which, you know, you or I or Rob, Maisie, would get really excited about, but your average viewer might not necessarily get a lot from it, potentially.
Yeah. No, definitely, absolutely.
What is, or who is, I should ask, who is, because if I say what is, that would give away spoilers. Who's your favourite character, would you say, in the series, Maisie? If you have one, you don't have to have one.
You're just desperate for her to say Adam.
Listen, if it is Adam, then it's
never
fine.
going to say Adam.
Carl.
Say again?
Carl. It's Carl.
Yeah, go on, Carl.
So...
Carl is like... Yeah, I can't give anything away, but like, I just want to get in there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like little things that are teased out every episode from him, and you just like... But there's also like a mystery to his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Carl, for those of you who watched our original live stream, Carl is played by Tom Slatter, who was with us the first time around. So I think one thing we can give away without it being a spoiler is he's Geordie, because if people heard his voice, they would know that he's a Geordie. So
yeah, he is great.
So that's also why I'm drawn to him.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah,
and
he
I think
is.
also one of the things is that I think that the characters are kind of like split in two. So you obviously have Jeremy and Adam, who are very like, you kind of want to watch them fail, and that's like the beauty of it is that you're waiting for their next fail. But then you have these like diligent workers who you're already on side with because they actually care, and you're seeing politics through their eyes, and then like working really hard and actually trying to make something together. So I think I definitely, my heart is with them.
Yeah, and that's great, because that's very much what we want the audience. What we hope the audience will feel is that whilst these sort of buffoons, if you will, are sort of going about their ways, actually some serious work and some proper political minds are at the forefront of the series as well, and driving that forward, and within the actual show, evolving the party and taking it in a direction that, in terms of going back to sort of Bav's question, in terms of things that if we were, or had the opportunity to implement, we certainly would if we had that chance.
We would,
But we don't use our own characters as that voice. It's the other characters that echo those thoughts, as you've just said there. So
So to anyone watching, Maisie, to try and encourage them, well, it's a two-part question. I'll do what we did with Daisy and with Tom as well. So the first thing is, to someone who's undecided about donating, what would you say to encourage them to donate? And the second part is, to someone who's wondering about watching the series, what can they look forward to with the series as well? So it's kind of a two-part question.
Cool. So in order to donate, I think we have to recognise that a lot of artists are struggling at the moment, and you've chosen this really like uncertain period of time, which is really difficult to feel creative in. You've decided to like make something really amazing, which is also making a comment on society. Like it was said before, there's lots of people involved who are amazing talents, and what you have to look forward to is just like a lot of ridiculousness, which I really like. A lot of things that like ping out to you that are recognisable from real life, and a lot of fun. And that's what I'm most excited about. It's just like having fun on set. I really think there's like a lot of scope for the actors to take everything into their own hands, which is really rare.
There we go.
I mean, that's a very good advert. That's a very good advert for the series.
I can't add to that, can you?
No, I can't. I can't. To be honest, Maisie should probably just do all the live streams from now on.
Yeah.
We'll
this is the end for us. This is the end for us.
This is it.
One more game and we're done.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to let you do a little bit of spiel while I just set up the game show bit, Rob.
Oh, good.
So I know we've got Daisy in the waiting room. Tom England, if you're watching.
Let's get them in. Let's bring them in, Ben. Let's bring them all in. Tom, if you're watching,
log on.
Absolutely.
He's not early this time.
No, he's not early this time. He's gone the other way this time. Unbelievable.
Just let these in,
yeah, let him in. Bring him in. Because we're gonna. It's a face mash kind of game, isn't it? Is that what you call it?
It is. Yeah, it is a face mash kind of game. So you spiel away while I
really should have had this prep before. But, there she is. Look, there we got Daisy back. We're just
I'm trying with this now. Hopefully you can hear me better.
Yeah, we can actually. That's a lot clearer. Thank you. Yeah, that's great. So Sam's just taking out the set as he goes. Brilliant. And there is Tom England coming back in as well. Are we able to get that on the old split screen there, so I can see all their lovely faces? There they are. How you doing? Welcome back, Tom. Welcome back, Daisy. Hello again, Maisie. That rhymed. There you go. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it.
Right. Have you all got your pens and paper
Nothing.
with you?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, here we go. I should have had a pen and paper, shouldn't I?
What should we call this game? It is a. Are you going to play along? Because Rob doesn't know these.
No, I don't. There's a clipboard in there.
I spent so long trawling the internet, finding different photos, basically, that could be mashed together to create a new face. So I'm going to call this Face Off because have any of you seen the is it Nicolas Cage and John Travolta film where they swap faces?
I had years ago.
Yeah. So this game's called Face Off, and it's basically. What I've done is all of them bar the last one. All of them. I'm just looking at them now. All of them bar the last one. It's the face of a politician that has been mashed up with another celebrity. Some of them. Some of them are absolute gold. So I'm going to hold the photo up to the camera for you.
And what have we got to name? Name the politician and...
You've got to name the politician and the celebrity. I'm going to give you a little bit of time on each of these.
Okay.
If you want to play along at home as well, see how many of these you can get. That would be fun.
Points. So like one for the celebrity, one for the politician.
See, Maisie's so competitive. She wants to know the score already. Yes,
be.
there are. Yeah, you get 1 point for each. So this is your first. Yeah, this is your first face-off. This is your first face-off. Let me get. Yeah, it is.
I think I know.
It is a bit blurry.
Can I see?
But, and if I hold it up, Ben can refocus on the.
Maybe hold it a bit further back.
There you go.
No, it's
Yeah, I think so. I got it. I think.
Yeah, that's in focus, Ben. That's great.
You got it, man. That's it.
Oh, grand.
That's the.
Right, so that's the first one.
Can I?
That's the first one. Also, it's a good job I've been going to the gym. I told you I'd get it in. It's a good job I've been going to the gym because holding this up, it's hard work. It's hard work. I was gonna get one of us to log in and screen share, but I thought no, that's too much technical.
It's a rude joke.
Google.
So
Right, on to the next.
So that's the first one.
Right.
That's the first one. Should we do these as we go along?
Yeah,
so I'm going to hold up the first one.
Yeah, let's do it as we go.
So anyone can chime in. Who do you think the politician is?
It's Barack Obama, is it?
It is Barack Obama. Barack Obama is the politician. Who do you think the celebrity is?
Denzel.
It's not Jamie Foxx. It is Denzel.
Washington.
It's Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington and Barack Obama. If we had a bigger budget, this is where the screen would separate the two images so you could see them individually. But we don't. This one, guys, this one is chronic. This is so chronic. Okay, so this is a politician and a celebrity. Whenever you're ready.
Oh my god.
It looks like they're caught in a time warp.
I know who the politician is, but
It looks like they're caught in a time warp, doesn't it? The look on all of your faces is fantastic. Rob is so lucky that he's blurred out in the background because his expression is absolute gold. It's a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah. I think I know.
Oh, here we go.
I can tell you, if it helps, I can tell you they're both British. They are both British. Tom's confident. I'm going to give you...
Boris Johnson and Hugh Grant.
It's Boris Johnson. You're wrong on Hugh Grant, so you get 1 point. Can anyone guess the celebrity? Just throw it out. Just give it a go.
David Tennant.
It's not David Tennant. No, it's Russell Brand. It's Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson and Russell Brand. Their faces are such different sizes. It stretch the hair. Right. This is the third one. Politician and a celebrity.
Okay.
What are the genders of the people?
So they're both men. One is British and one is not British.
One's British and
One's not British.
Oh,
Daisy thinks she knows. Is anyone guessing at home, Ben? Is anyone giving it a... If not, that's fine, because we've got these guys, that's all we need. But
I'm afraid.
Daisy, you said, do you think you know who it is?
well, I don't know. Is the fellow Bieber?
It is Justin Bieber.
Oh, good.
Is it Justin Bieber?
Justin Bieber and who?
No idea.
Tom?
Matt Hancock.
It's not Matt Hancock. You're so confident and you're so wrong. It's not Matt Hancock.
It is him.
It's not. It's Justin Bieber and David Cameron.
Where is David Cameron in there?
Justin Bieber.
That's
and
too hard.
David
It's too
Cameron.
hard.
This one. This one. So this is a man and a woman.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I think I got that one. Yeah, I got the.
Well, Rob, go on. This is the first time Rob thinks he knows it.
No, I had Denzel.
Oh, Denzel. But other than Denzel, who do you think this is, Rob?
I want to say Paris Hilton.
It's not Paris Hilton.
Oh man.
It's not Paris Hilton. You're wrong.
See, see, it wasn't just me.
I can tell you it's Lady Gaga.
Okay.
Lady Gaga and...
Trump.
It's not Priti Patel, Bev, no. It is Donald Trump, I think Tom said it.
Trump.
Donald Trump and Lady Gaga. That's what their child would look like.
Paris Hilton.
Yeah, I feel like we should all get a point for Paris Hilton. We all thought it.
Now this one's a face mash. This is a face-off that never should have happened.
Ooh.
This is a man and a woman.
Oh, I see the beard.
They're very stern, aren't they? They look very stern. You know what this is reminiscent of? This is reminiscent of lockdown pub quizzes.
What? Where is it? Both British people?
I don't know. One of them's British. I don't know about the other one.
Helpful.
Ben thinks he knows that one of them.
Oh, I think I know one.
Go on, Ben. What do you want?
think?
Jeremy Corbyn.
Jeremy Corbyn is the man.
Okay, no, I'm well off.
Yeah, matched with who?
Alicia Keys.
It is Alicia Keys.
Good one, Tom.
Jeremy Corbyn and Alicia Keys. Is Alicia Keys British? I don't know.
American.
Oh, she's American. Then no.
Yeah.
Now this, guys, this
Forgive me, it's this rendition of New York. You can see that on Spotify too.
this is my second favourite. Well, no, this is my favourite. This is my favourite one of all of them. We've got one more after this, but I think this is this is absolute gold.
I
Right.
think I've definitely got this one.
Okay, so it's a man and a woman.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
One of them's Marilyn Manson.
it is Marilyn Manson.
Angela Merkel.
It's not Angela Merkel. No,
Theresa May?
Teresa.
it is Theresa May.
Yeah, go on.
It's Maybot and Manson.
Big T.
Maybot and Manson. And then there's one more. These aren't politicians, guys. This is just a face mash. But it's a fun one. It's a fun one.
Okay.
Wayne Rooney.
You are right. It is Tom and Oscar. It's Burr Island. It's Burr Island face mashed. Anyone? Any guesses? Any?
Okay.
Yeah, Shrek and Gollum. Yeah, Shrek and Gollum.
Shrek and Gollum.
That's the end.
Nightmare.
That's the end
got
of Face Off. How many points?
3.
3 points from Rob, Maisie.
I got one.
1 point. Daisy.
I think maybe I got a couple of halves.
Couple of halves. So we'll give you a 1 as well. 2 halves make a 1. Tom?
Actually, no, I got 2.
6.
6?
Yeah.
No, 3.
Denzel Washington, Barack Obama, Boris Johnson, Justin Bieber, Trump, Alicia Keys. Oh no, 7. Theresa May.
Oh, 7. He's gone up.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there we go.
Ben, how many?
Quizmaster General over here.
Ben got them all. Ben got them all.
Ben got them all.
Yeah, Bav,
How many did you get them all? Bav got them all too.
Bav got them all as well.
So
Wow.
full house. Sorry, you didn't win that one time.
Well, I'm just gonna refocus this bad boy if I can. Well, that's it, guys, from the game show.
Yeah,
That's the game show done. Thanks so much for coming back and joining us. It's been a pleasure to have all of you on. We're just gonna check in on a couple of things, and then we're gonna round things up. But we'll speak to you guys all next week. So thanks so much,
guys.
all of you.
Bye-bye. Look after yourselves.
Audience back at home. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're almost there.
We're almost there.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Thank you for sticking with us through the night. We've done amazingly well so far. We've had a few more donations come in tonight as well. If you're considering donating, please click the link in the description. But to those of you who have donated tonight, thank you very much. It has been so gratefully received. We are very, very grateful to all of you. We've got an exciting few weeks ahead as well.
We do have an exciting few weeks. We've got more promos to show you. So we've got some more exclusives as well next week.
Yep.
And of course, we are now working towards sort of shooting time, which is really exciting for us. But before then, we're going to be having lots of meetings with crew, with directors, with cast, and sort of finalising those last few details that we need to kick things off.
Yeah.
But as Sam said, we do still have a little way to go. So please donate if you can. Or alternatively, as we've said, share, like on our social pages, and subscribe on our YouTube page.
Yeah.
You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We're on all of them.
Yeah.
Don't forget also we've got.
What's our Facebook handle?
Pardon?
What's our Facebook?
I'll let you do the handles.
Right.
You're better at those.
Okay.
Put you on the spot there.
Well, all right. Our Facebook is Right Honourable Gentlemen dash series or slash. I don't know what it would be.
No, I think you're all right. It's dash.
Dash series. Our Twitter is at Right On, as in HON Gent TV. And our Instagram is at Right Honourable Gent TV. That's always the one. But you're in the middle of a spiel. You carry on.
Well, it was just I was also going to mention, obviously, as well as obviously our socials on Right Honourable Gentlemen. Of course, underneath that is, or over the top of that, I should say, actually is Alaboogie Productions, which is the production company that myself and Sam set up, which is sort of with Right Honourable Gentlemen in mind, but also future projects involving other creatives. That's kind of what the live stream with the music was sort of to encourage, that we want to work with all different creatives from all different sort of backgrounds, whether that be music, theatre, film, anything is what we're working towards. So please do follow us on all our socials, Alaboogie Productions as well.
It's all at Alaboogie Prod, and our website is www.alabogieproductions.com.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's pretty much it from us really now, guys.
So I think we'll leave you with it's in all of the Downing Street press briefings. You know, they've got the 3-part statement at the moment. I've heard they've rolled out a new one as well, which is watch our stuff, tell your friends, donate if you can. So thank you very much for watching our stuff. Make it happen. It's interchangeable.
Yeah, it's interchangeable.
Thanks so much for watching our stuff.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your support.
Make sure to tell your friends, and please donate if you can.
Yeah, spread the word.
It's been a great night.
Thank
you very much.
Cheers, guys.